Something extraordinary has shaken the very foundations of the faith this morning. The silence that has hung over the sacred hills of Medjugorje for months has been shattered by a revelation that demands our immediate and undivided attention. In this quiet village, where countless pilgrims have sought miracles for decades, a message has emerged that speaks not of past, but an event that is rapidly approaching, a moment that will rewrite history. The visionary Mirjana Dragicevic-Saldo, one of the original 6 seers who has carried the heavy burden of the 10 secrets for over 40 years, has received a communication that cannot be ignored. As dawn broke over the rocky landscape today, witnesses reported an eerie, unusual stillness in the air, a heavy silence that was suddenly followed by what can only be described as profound, collective spiritual awakening. The message delivered to Mirjana points to a specific date, December 1st, 2025. This is no longer a vague season of change. It is a marked day on the calendar that now holds immense significance for believers across the globe. The Virgin Mary, speaking through her chosen messenger, has revealed that humanity is standing on the threshold of an event absolutely without precedent. As a small thank you for joining us today during this breaking update, we want to offer a moment of shared blessing. Comment with the word faith below if you're open to receiving a special final thought dedicated to everyone participating. And please press like if you appreciate these urgent reports. This coming event will not be a private spiritual experience reserved for a few holy people in a church pews. The message is explicit. This is a global phenomenon that will touch every single corner of our planet. It challenges everything we understand about the natural world and pushes the boundaries of human comprehension. As the prophet Habakkuk wrote, "I will work a work in your days, a work which you will not believe, if any man shall tell it you." Habakkuk 1 verse 5, DRB. The atmosphere in Medjugorje has shifted from quiet prayer to an electric sense of anticipation. With only days remaining until this prophesied date, the community is bracing for fulfillment of signs that have been promised for decades. But what exactly will happen on December 1st? In the next chapter, we will reveal Mirjana's physical reaction to this vision and the terrifying yet hopeful detail that this event will transcend the borders of science and reason. Mirjana Dragicevic-Saldo has seen the Virgin Mary countless times over the last 40 years. Usually, these encounters leave her radiating a visible, almost ecstatic joy. But today was different. Witnesses report that after receiving the specific revelation about December 1st, Mirjana appeared visibly moved and profoundly serious. Her usual composure was replaced by an expression of deep gravity. Sources close to the visionary report that she immediately retreated into solitude, spending hours in deep prayer with her rosary beads clenched tightly in her hands, as if physically holding on to the grace needed to process what she had just been shown. She has often said that carrying the knowledge of the future is both a blessing and a tremendous responsibility. Today, that burden seems heavier than ever. The message she received describes a phenomenon that will transcend the boundaries of science and reason. This is the detail that is causing such a stir among theologians and researchers alike. According to Revelation, every person on earth, regardless of location, religion, or belief system, will witness something that defies all explanation. It will force even the most hardened skeptics and atheists to question their understanding of reality. This is not a localized miracle like the dancing sun at Fatima, which was seen by thousands in one field. This is not mass hysteria or a natural coincidence. This is a universal sign that will unite humanity in a moment of simultaneous awe and bewilderment. As St. Paul wrote to the Corinthians, "For the wisdom of this world is foolishness with God." 1 Corinthians 3 verse 19 DRB. We are approaching a moment where human wisdom will reach its limit. Already, the scientific community is quietly buzzing with speculation. Some experts are suggesting this could manifest as an extraordinary atmospheric display visible on all continents at once. Others propose it might involve an unprecedented shift in the Earth's magnetic field, creating effects that current technology cannot predict or explain. Yet, the message itself implies that our advanced scientific knowledge will prove completely insufficient to comprehend what is about to unfold. But why now? In the next chapter, we will examine the specific timing of this revelation and why this divine interruption is arriving precisely when the world is at its most chaotic. The timing of this revelation is far from accidental. It is particularly significant that this message arrives now, at a moment when the world feels increasingly fragile. We are living in an era defined by global uncertainty, where traditional institutions face unprecedented challenges and humanity is collectively grappling with profound questions about meaning and purpose. Into this landscape of confusion comes a divine message that promises clarity through mystery, understanding through the inexplicable. Local ecclesiastical authorities have maintained their characteristic caution regarding this latest revelation, neither endorsing nor dismissing the claims outright. However, sources within the Vatican suggest that the highest levels of the church hierarchy are paying very close attention to these developments. Rome is reportedly compelled by the consistent nature of the messages received over the decades and their strict alignment with church teachings on divine mercy and human conversion. Crucially, the message emphasizes that this impending phenomenon serves not as a punishment, but as an urgent invitation. The Virgin Mary, according to Mirjana, has underscored that what will happen on December 1st is designed to awaken souls rather than to terrorize them. It represents a supreme opportunity for humanity to recognize the spiritual dimension of existence and to turn our hearts back toward divine truth. As it is written in the book of Joel, and it shall come to pass afterward, that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and I will shew wonders in the heavens and in the earth. Joel 2 verses 28 and 30 KJV. We are being offered a moment of grace, a chance to see beyond the veil of the material world. This distinction is vital. We are not facing a doomsday scenario, but a rescue mission. The event is a call to return home. Yet, as the theologians debate the implications in Rome, the faithful are not waiting for official decrees. They are moving. While the experts speculate, the people are voting with their feet. In the next chapter, we will take you inside the overflowing village of Medjugorje, where hotels are fully booked and pilgrims are preparing for the unknown with a specific set of spiritual instructions. The response to this revelation has been immediate and physical. Pilgrims from every corner of the globe have begun to descend upon Medjugorje in numbers that are unprecedented, even for a site known for its crowds. They are drawn by the news of the revelation and the rapidly approaching date of December 1st like iron to a magnet. Local hotels and goose houses are reporting that they are completely booked, filled with believers seeking to position themselves at what many now consider the epicenter of divine activity. The local community, though accustomed to hosting spiritual seekers, admits they have never witnessed such a massive influx in such a short period of time. Yet, the atmosphere in the village is not one of panic or chaos. It is charged with hope and profound anticipation. Spontaneous prayer groups have formed on every street corner, with the rhythm of the rosary being recited in dozens of different languages simultaneously. Longtime devotees understand that while divine interventions can be challenging, they ultimately serve the purpose of spiritual awakening and renewal. If this message resonates deep within you, and you feel moved to affirm your faith right now, simply type Amen in the comments below. The revelation received by Mirjana contains specific instructions for how we must spend these final days. The Virgin Mary emphasized the critical importance of prayer, fasting, and spiritual purification leading up to December 1st. This is not a time for hoarding food or building bunkers. It is a time for cleaning the soul. As Jesus taught in Beatitudes, "Blessed are the clean of heart, for they shall see God." Matthew 5, verse 8 TRB. The message carries a stark warning about the disposition of our hearts. The Virgin reportedly emphasized that those who approach this coming phenomenon with pure hearts and open minds will receive the grace necessary to understand its meaning. However, for those who remain closed to spiritual truth, the event may bring only confusion and anguish. The dividing line on December 1st will not be drawn by geography, but by the condition of the soul. But the spiritual intensity is having physical side effects. In the next chapter, we will reveal the strange reports coming from local doctors and the epidemic of vivid dreams that has suddenly struck pilgrims and locals alike. As the crowds swell in the village streets, a quiet but undeniable transformation is taking place behind closed doors. Medical professionals working in the Medjugorje area are reporting an unusual phenomenon spreading among both the pilgrims and the local population. People are not coming to clinics with physical ailments, but with reports of extraordinary internal experiences. Many describe having incredibly vivid dreams and a sudden, heightened sense of spiritual awareness that they cannot explain. Since news of the message broke, a wave of spiritual clarity has washed over the valley. Individuals are telling doctors and priests that they feel an irresistible call to examine their lives more deeply than ever before. This is an anxiety. It is a correction of the conscience. People are suddenly finding the courage to seek reconciliation with estranged family members they haven't spoken to in years, or returning to religious practices they abandoned decades ago. As the prophet Joel foretold and St. Peter repeated at Pentecost, "And it shall come to pass in the last days, your young men shall see visions, and your old men shall dream dreams." Acts 2, verse 17 KJV. It appears that the Spirit is being poured out even before the main event occurs. This surge in spiritual activity has caught the attention of global media outlets, although their coverage remains largely skeptical. Newsrooms are struggling to categorize the story. Is it a religious interest piece, a human interest story, or a potential scientific anomaly? This confusion reflects a broader challenge. The modern, secular worldview simply does not have a framework to process miraculous claims. It attempts to explain everything to materialism, but what is happening in Bosnia refuses to fit into that box. Religious scholars, however, see a clear pattern. They note that the revelations of Medjugorje have consistently emphasized themes of conversion, prayer, and return to God throughout their 4-decade history. This latest message fits perfectly into that tapestry, yet it intensifies the urgency of the call. The approaching phenomenon is not an ending, but the beginning of a new chapter in a relationship between heaven and earth. But the time for speculation is running out. In the next chapter, we will reveal the specific 3 phases of the December 1st event, including the change in the quality of light that will be visible to every human eye. As the anticipation builds, the revelation has become even more specific. According to the message received by Mirjana, the phenomenon arriving on December 1st will unfold in 3 distinct phases, each designed to penetrate deeper into the human soul. The first phase will manifest as a fundamental change in the quality of light itself. This will not be a local weather event. It will be visible to every single human eye on the planet, regardless of time of day, cloud cover, or location. It serves as a universal call to attention, ensuring that no soul remains unaware that heaven is breaking into our reality. As Jesus said, "For as the lightning cometh out of the east, and appeareth even into the west, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be." Matthew 24, verse 27 DRB. The second phase is described as an opening of hearts. In this stage, the spectacle moves from the sky to the interior. Every individual will experience a profound, inescapable awareness of their own spiritual state. It is a moment of absolute truth where we will see ourselves as God sees us. The final phase remains shrouded in mystery. It is described only as a choice, a decision that every person must make in the depths of their own conscience regarding their eternal destiny. To join our community and never miss an inspiring story, consider clicking like and subscribing to the channel. While theologians study these phases, scientists are already detecting the first tremors. Weather stations around the world have begun reporting subtle anomalies in atmospheric pressure and solar radiation. These changes are minute, barely registering on instruments, yet they are glaringly evident to those who study celestial patterns. Astronomers are whispering among themselves about observations that defy their understanding, noting phenomena that seem to originate from beyond our solar system, yet are directly affecting conditions here on Earth. The faithful are responding with a massive coordinated wave of prayer. In Sao Paulo, thousands are gathering nightly in cathedral squares, singing hymns that seem to carry an otherworldly resonance. In Manila, entire families are kneeling together on church steps, rosaries moving through worn fingers as they prepare for the turning point of history. But be warned, as the spiritual signal gets stronger, our electronic signals may fail. In our final chapter, we will reveal the specific warning about technological anomalies and the ultimate question you must answer before the sun rises on December 1st. As we approach the final hours of this countdown, the message from Medjugorje offers a specific warning about the tools we rely on most, our technology. The Virgin Mary has reportedly indicated that during the phenomenon, electronic devices may behave in unexpected ways. Communication systems could temporarily carry signals they were never designed to transmit, and recording devices might capture images and sounds that the naked human eye cannot perceive. These technological anomalies will not be glitches. They will be proof that what is happening transcends the boundaries of natural law. While our machines struggle to process this new reality, the most innocent among us already understand it. Children in the Medjugorje region have begun sharing remarkably consistent dreams. They describe seeing angels physically preparing the earth for a great visitation, arranging invisible elements in the atmosphere. While adults are filled with questions, parents report that these children are unusually calm and joyful, possessing an innate understanding that something wonderful is coming. As Jesus taught us, "Amen, I say to you, unless you be converted and become as little children, you shall not enter into the kingdom of heaven." Matthew 18, verse 3, DRB. The scientific confirmation is mounting by the hour. Reports are coming in from the Palomar Observatory in California and the European Southern Observatory regarding impossible gravitational fluctuations. Dr. Elena Rodriguez, a leading astrophysicist from MIT, admitted in a hasty press conference that current data defies the fundamental principles of physics. Space itself seems to be preparing for an event that is beyond current scientific comprehension. This leads to the ultimate revelation. The event of December 1st will not be a hidden miracle. Unlike previous interventions witnessed by a few, this will be impossible to ignore. Every camera, every smartphone, and every recording device on Earth will capture the same inexplicable occurrence. It is a global leveling of the playing field, where the believer and the skeptic will see the exact same truth. The Virgin Mary has clarified that December 1st is not an end, but beginning. It marks the start of a period where the boundary between the material and the divine becomes permanently more permeable. The question is no longer if it will happen, but how you will stand when it does. As we conclude this special report, the choice is yours. Will you meet this moment with fear or with the readiness of a child of God? We invite you to declare your faith boldly before the world. Comment "Jesus is King" below to affirm this truth with us. And your journey doesn't have to stop here. Click on the video appearing on your screen now for another powerful message we prepared for you.